19.
Okay. This place isn't exactly devoid of wildlife, so you can definitely get enough food for yourself.
19.
Copycat.
You definitely get enough food for yourself.
Okay.
Okay. It will be, you guys will arrive in the early, like it's dark morning. The sun has not, the sun is close to rising, but it's not rose yet. Yes, yes, it is. It makes the blandness not so bland.
Oh, that's why we have seasonings and spices in the cart for not blandness.
Man, I wanna. There's an. Dang it. Wish I had that API.
All the black.
Mm,
I cannot see a thing.
that's because you're not on this map.
Oh shit!
Oh no!
I thought it was.
Nope.
Oh, I I apologize for missing you. I was going through the maps earlier and making sure everyone was there to
There's no
be
Zariah
able.
either.
You know what? You know what? I'm dropping you. I'm dropping you
So
guys
he's
right now.
dragonist.
There you go.
Everything against dragons, David?
There you go. No, dragons are lovely. I like Spyro. Spyro was good.
Mm.
Okay, can you see now?
See,
I
senor.
dip roll 20 right now. So, hey, stop it.
Okay.
See a
Stop.
wall?
So, in the distance, you can see a stone tower. It is a lone fortified defensive point, towering above the trees. You can also see the beginnings of and sides of various buildings that of a settlement. While they look a little worn, you guys have certainly seen worse buildings. As places go, this is relatively new compared to other settlements that exist. Uh, the morning the morning sky is cloudy. The scent of smoke in the air from the torches that were lit by the um, early folk to keep places nice and lit and bright. Um, for due to the morning chill is at uh, is 44 degrees Fahrenheit to give people an idea of the ambient temperature.
Oh shit, it's cold enough you actually have to break out cold weather gear.
Haha, Zariah does it.
Priv is
Sarah,
gonna.
just a word of warning, you might want to refill your hit points.
I'm working on it.
Just gonna say this now. Kriv doesn't. Kriv is going to be Very slow in the morning. He's cold. Doesn't want to move.
I don't
Would
think,
you like a cape?
I don't
Are
think
you
Dragonborn are
cold?
cold-blooded.
No, they're not. He just doesn't like the cold.
I have a blanket, so I'm gonna wrap a blanket around myself.
You could just
For what it's
cuddle with
worth,
them.
you're a cat.
You're a
Huh?
cat, and the wagon is heated because gypsy wagons have heaters.
Yeah.
That is very true.
Like,
I must say, I didn't think that just because I was a cat kept me from being cold.
cats normally don't get that cold. If they do, they go up find heat and snuggle into it.
Yeah, I was about to say I was gonna go based off of the cats that I have in my area. They usually just run underneath my house or
They
hide
do
on my
that to
porch.
stay warm. Or
I think the people
warmer.
are still approaching.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, we're all stuck on one wagon, so approaching is kind of how that works.
They see us rolling.
Oh my god, that looked terrifying. Saw it from the corner of my eye.
Let's see.
For those keeping awares,
That's
and for those that have dark vision, you see that there are archers posted at the top of the tower. There is a person up there who, at your approach, had weighed down the archers. That person clearly recognizes someone from the group.
Oh, where to, boss man?
Oh.
You have it all.
Yeah. I was just noting that there are things revealed that should.
On the stream, there are things revealed. Over here, because I ran into that a couple times where the stream could only see what Kenshi could see, so they were missing out on what was happening to the other players.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
As long as everything is set up correctly.
Yeah, everything is set up correctly. I'm making sure to only look at this laptop.
Okay.
I am ignoring the giant TV screen.
Let's see. This early in the morning. Forsyth should. Forsyth should be at the Abbey for the meetings that entails. Those would like to be up this early, can afford to go. Elagos, knowing Elagos, probably spreading over some map in the town hall. Captain Grim, well, recognizing from the tower, that's why everyone stopped. Elagos should know more. Elagos and the Forsyth should know more about the most up-to-date interactions. If you want more of a sound military standpoint, you can talk to Captain Grinch. Though I imagine Grinch should be down here in around sunrise to get some food.
Well, who do you advise we speak to first, then?
Everyone here has an opinion. If you're wanting a more non-violent one, I'd suggest talking to Forsyth.
You have one in the middle of the road.
That'd be me.
Oh, well.
But I've been out trying to gather help, so I don't know the absolute current information.
Alright, well. You said Forsyth was likely to be up at the temple at this hour?
Yes, there's a abbey to the south of the town fountain. It's one of the more circular buildings.
All right. Why don't we head in that general direction then? You can lead the way. Cortana can get the wagon and everything stabled, since these are all her animals anyway, and meet us there.
Yay! Okay. Even with the cloud cover and the early morning, yes, there's certainly a spell of morning dew and rather light open traffic at the moment. There's a few people on the streets that may or may not be seen depending on where you are. Axios will point out and lead you guys to the Abbey. Okay, I'm gonna grab the torch. You guys are not stealing this town's torch.
Yet.
I like that you have to say yet.
Well, that's true. We never know.
So we're going to go for easy torch. Opening the doors to the Abbey. There are candles that light the area in expectation for the sun to come up. The candle wax is mostly gone at this point. This main area is uh, more of a small lounge and gathering area. There are two bowls that flank the door, the second entry door. There's some copper and silver residing in the left one. The right one is empty, save for a single copper. There's also a plate of what now is lukewarm, but a loaf of lukewarm bread. It looks like 3/4 of it has already been consumed. It's sliced, so no one's like bit into the loaf itself and taken slices. Through the second door, you can hear a muffled voice that sounds like it's projecting. These doors, unlike some of the doors that you saw on the way here, are heavier doors. If you guys would like, you can go into the main area itself versus this waiting area. Unless you guys have any reason to stay in this waiting area.
No, we can enter the inner sanctum.
Okay. Actually, so go open the doors and find himself a seat. Who cannot move themselves at the moment? Should I be assumed to move the entire group?
I guess just move all of us.
Yeah.
I'll be stick with Kenshi.
There's
So
no
I mean,
room,
Kenshi's gonna go talk
there's
to
no room
immediately
on
to
the
the guy.
bench.
Oh, you're sitting on the bench. Oh, well, I can't do that.
And the And the
Gray will just go ahead.
and Elbarath, servant of Eldath, planted the seed, and in front of the gathered crowd, it grew, sprouting brilliant golden apples to nourish. And the person up front is clearly telling us telling a story from scripture. Okay. The person that you are seeing making the speechification is donned in much more civil robes, has blue eyes that actually seem to glitter in the uh, in the candlelight. You will also notice, by the way, in terms of this room itself, aside from the candles, there are some basins of water and statues depicting people that you don't recognize off the bat. There's also another donation tray. Um, but the woman up front, I know the image of the token is not a woman. I want to correct that. Has a short brown hair that has been wrapped in a bun style. Uh, a few blemishes here and there just from being an organic person and not a noble that has access to prolific amounts of makeup. Fairly average in height, so 5'5", 5'4", and female. The story she's telling is essentially how one of Eldath's servants uh, fed the poor populace of a town, the town specifically of Roshire, and how uh, the selfless act of feeding them came back 5 years later for the servant, as the servant found themselves injured in that area from a bandit raid, and the poor that they had fed years back recognized them and uh, brought them back to health. So it's basically a lesson of how kindness can repay itself. Um, since you're at the tail end of the sermon, Forsyth will go into a prayer for Eldath, which you can participate in if you'd like, before adjourning the current group for them to go about their morning jobs and tasks. she closes the book of scripture. A few people put some copper. One person put some silver in the donation bowl. A rather armored human, clearly a guardsman that had stayed up late from night shift, will go and deposit a ring instead of the regular tender. There is a grizzled dwarf with an eye patch that is staying behind, just continuing to pray. Axios will get up from the pew and head on over to the Forsyth.
I will give them a moment and then approach. And by approach, I mean perch on a different bench.
Okay. Since you are so close, can you make me a perception roll, please?
Perception. I see stuff.
You see under the. That's good. You see under the accoutrements of someone who'd be giving sermons. It fairly nicely, for the purposes of just doing that and limited movement, hides what's underneath. Though your keen eyes are able to see that under the accoutrements are the person is wearing scale mail.
Okay. Which makes sense if the town's under threat.
You also, of course, see the symbol of Eldath on the outside of the outfit, and you see part of it when you're able to glance through the robes a bit. The symbol is a unrippled pool with falling water going into it. The water seemingly not disturbing the depiction of the pool. Forsyth will look at the here. Please approach. The dwarven eye patch will look up and she'll wave him back down as she was referring to him. Crook, since you were right behind that dwarf, do you know Dwarvish at all? I don't think you do.
Soraya
I
does.
mean, I understand what everyone says.
Oh, true, duh.
Soraya knows what it is, though.
Oh, cool.
More specifically, you understand the intent of what everyone says.
I actually understand the language.
That too.
Okay. Since Soraya, since you especially know the language, what he is doing is praying that the Baron's plan goes through and is enough to um, to perhaps dissuade the pony riders. Um, in the prayer, he does mention um, uh, the idea of prosperous food in relation to the Baron's plan. Forsyth, by the way, is still looking and sees that only Kenshi has really approached. I don't mean to be rude, but do none of you have Oh.
Lag.
I'm sorry.
Well, my lord is accepting of many things, and especially given the trying times that we are in. She's looking at you, Kriv. I would ask that you do no raiding today.
You clearly
Make it
misunderstand my intent.
Gonna make it rain.
But that's enough. I'm not going to try to correct. I won't correct you. I just know that is not who I am. Kriv is going to be smart and not cause a fight right now.
Because you're not in your armor, are you? I didn't believe you were. You didn't say you were?
No.
Okay.
I couldn't be on the Vardell if I was in my armor. But he will have a hint of disdain for being referenced as being from the Empire.
Okay. She will smile at Tibbs, though. I see there's at least someone of faith here. That's always good to see.
Meow.
Oh, is Brian not actually here?
Oh, you didn't see that in the Skype?
Yeah.
Yeah, Brian's AFK.
Okay.
Yeah, you have Tibbs Jaegered by Sarah, who's just gonna be impersonating her cat. Tibbs will proceed to lick his paw.
Axios was telling me that you are a European is found who's willing to at least look in to our current fight.
That is correct.
There's been a few more skirmishes since Axios was last here. However, nothing large has started as of yet. From my interactions with them, they are a people that claim to go on a rather long circuit of travels. And after the many years has returned to the valley to find us of the town here, where we once were. Round River wasn't always here. We were established roughly uh, 6 years ago. As you can see, we have statue buildings uh, and only a single tower of sturdy stone. Um, the trees generally block this. We do have farms nearby for sustenance for our own people, hoping to expand that. We're kind of off to the side here, but uh, um, Alays, their leader, apparently has use for this valley of some sort of right that she wouldn't go into under the impression she thinks it's beneath me or none of my business. As they wish us to leave, I can only assume the right they wish to conduct requires a certain level of nature, which you've only minimally impacted with our presence. We aren't using any agricultural techniques that would damage the land. I've made sure of that myself. Eldaf wouldn't allow me to sit by with such a thing as if that was going on. Or they just simply believe that this is sacred ground and is theirs to begin with. If they had any kind of property here, I could certainly see a sign for complaint, but their entire encampment is designed to be picked up and moved. They're nomadic. They can't just lay claim to everywhere that they travel.
No, that answers the one question I was about to ask regarding, whether there was any chance their claim did have a sense of legitimacy. Which isn't to say they couldn't have some sort of claim to this land just because they are nomadic, ancestral rights and all that. But
We haven't found any physical claim, but we don't exactly have legions of scouts we can send. The Baron's cousin, I believe, was the one that first found this area of the valley for a new settlement. There is certainly a strength of power here which I um, would not want to give up for how beneficial it could be. But these, quite frankly, these halflings strike me as savage. I prefer the people that have ground themselves here stay here so long as they respect what's around them.
So a large group of nomadic halflings is laying claim to the valley, and they say they haven't been here in years and they don't like you being here for whatever reason.
Yep. Some ritual or some such. They say that there is power here. I must admit, I have sensed some amount of vigor myself. But it is a new place, and it could just simply be that versus something arcane.
More likely Koto, but given the yokai tie to nature, are he or I sensing anything?
Okay.
With the whole mana affinity and all that?
Yeah, gotcha. Wisdom roll?
Just straight wisdom?
Kriv is just sitting here trying to contemplate how halflings are a threat.
Yeah, there's a certain GURPS session you probably should hear about from Sierra.
This is why I really wanted Sierra here. Because there's history to this. Well, not this particular module, just halflings.
Like, I understand halflings make good rogues, halflings make good archers, but I'm just sitting here like a whole bunch of halflings on ponies.
You have never experienced the horror that is a halfling barbarian, have you?
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
That's a horror.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
In 3.0 and Pathfinder, yes, it is a horror. Because they get bonuses to getting out of the way for being tiny.
They're still the normal medium size, though.
No, halflings are small.
Yep.
Halflings are considered small?
Yeah.
Yep.
I thought they were still medium like dwarves because they're slightly bigger than dwarves. I thought
Dwarves are small too.
Yeah, dwarves are small too.
In 3.0 and Pathfinder. In 5e, everybody's the same size.
No. Halflings are small.
Oh, they are small? Okay, yeah. So yeah, you get the evasion of being a small bastard, but you hit like a giant.
Well, your damage is affected if you're using sized equipment, right?
But most barbarians don't have a problem taking oversized equipment.
Yeah.
So
I'm still trying to...
So you'll have a halfling wielding a greatsword designed for a large creature.
Okay, that's terrifying. I'll give you that.
I thought I was accurately hinting at it when I kept referring to pony riders.
Oh yeah, well, other things can ride ponies too.
Yeah.
And I couldn't speak up because I knew what you were running.
True.
Like, the way you said it, I kind of figured it was like halflings.
I mean, humans can
or
ride
dwarves
ponies.
or humans. And I was like, they're saying they're short and they're specifically riding ponies.
Yeah.
Only humans don't really ride ponies.
Tell that to the Mongols.
They rode proper horses.
Depends on what they were doing.
That being said, to finish up with this interesting question on a roll, I see you roll a 19.
And then there's whatever the hell Kodo roll. I'm expecting him to do better since he's in tune with the the weave and all that.
His wisdom.
Balls.
He's not very
I don't know. Does he roll his casting stat then?
Yeah, still sure.
I mean, if I had a crash course on this stuff, I would try to fake it with insight, but...
This isn't. No, this is not an insight thing. This is a. We are basically doing sense force.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no.
Roll 20! Roll 20!
Well, there you go, folks. The Bloodhunter just out magic sense the sorcerer.
Yes! Which, Kodo's in shock because of all of the bobbits around.
He's having PTSD.
He's having PTSD.
Why is he having PTSD?
Because he was there.
Involved.
That's it. He and Sierra lost a bar fight to a group of hobbits.
Oh, he was involved.
Yeah. Like, badly lost.
It was like, where my money? Kind of lost. Okay.
Oh my god, that's just great. You know what? This is okay. Kriv has not experienced this horror yet.
I don't know if the horror will translate to 5e. We'll find out.
Okay. Kenshi, you, I guess, dip your hood, close your eyes, do whatever you do. Focus. You are
Sound
sensing.
of blowing nose.
You are sensing, and you can tell that what you're sensing actually goes beyond what you're actually able to detect. In terms of a distance sense, it goes beyond that you can sense. The town, and at least some of the area around the town, is infused with with magic, particularly the aspect of life is concentrated
Oh shit.
here.
Well, my elemental affinity is life.
Oh,
Oh.
So, could I possibly discern some, nature of what I'm looking at or sensing?
okay. Um, the the how do I phrase it?
The way?
Wizards aside, the weave has a naturalness to it that can interact and occur in nature. In here in particular, um, everything is vitalized due to the. It's a very natural sense to you. Like all of the conditions were right during the formation of this place. That magic, specifically life-giving magic, has been concentrated here, and all of the life here has benefited from it. It's harder for trees to die. Ground is incredibly fertile.
Whenever you want to come to do a resurrection ritual, you want to do it here to get better rolls.
Those more religious inclinations would believe that, yes. Um, Things have an easier time getting better here, especially if herbs from here are used in medicinal practices. You would not be surprised, due to the concentration of magic, that there might be a solidified form of the magic due to the sheer magic concentration somewhere here. Um, and as a matter of fact, you said you have an elemental affinity. Is that like the feet?
No, you know how each yokai has an element? Kenshi's element is...
Okay. With that, then, I will say, due to the sheer purveyance of life magic here, that I'll say once a session, you can give yourself advantage on a roll.
Oh, fuck. We're just moving here? No.
um,
Well then, Kenshi.
so yeah,
Only I knew what to spend.
very, very suffused with life. You have any more specific questions? That pretty much covered the kind of thing that you were.
That covers a general sense of what I was what I was trying to figure out. It's like what's special about this place, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah. Feasibly, the weave could be tapped here for extraordinary effect.
Yeah. Specifically, life, magic effects, which could be either healing or necromantic in nature.
You could feasibly use it for necromancy, though depending on the necromancy, it could start corrupting the magic.
Right. Combine that with the veiled reference we had to, rebirth and resurrection, due to this vague bird creature. I'm inclined to say, given the fact that you are literally drowning in life magic, and that symbol that we were shown earlier, they're trying to revive something, and they either don't want you to know what they're reviving, or if we're going to give them the benefit of the doubt, they don't want you possibly getting hurt by whatever they're about to be reviving. Because it probably will either be cranky when it wakes up or will tap a significant amount of the life-giving magic that you guys are literally drowning in.
Oh, it's totally gonna be cranky when it wakes up.
Like, holy hell, do you have a lot of life magic around here? You guys like water your plants with healing potions? What the?
Well, that certainly explains why.
Use Curaja for band-aids?
That certainly does explain why. She'll gesture towards her symbol. He had guided me here.
Yeah, I'd almost argue you possibly might have found like the font of like all life ever. Life may have started here. We may be sitting on the Big Bang.
Well,
Okay then.
I am not religious by nature, given what I am, but holy hell!
yes, that would certainly explain why they're so keen on being here, why they feel like they would have a right here, especially if they were here before, doing this place for
Whatever ancient rites they do.
But I have to say that the people that move here have a claim to this place as well, and I haven't found anything nefarious with um, Baron Baron Elgas or any other person in command here. Though I don't claim to know them very well, Axios will speak up. Well, I can certainly tell you that Elgas is a good, if not somewhat stubborn person. I'm unaware of any nefarious plans. Elgas hasn't told me anything that I would be suspect about.
Well, it may not be something suspect on y'all's end. It could be on the halfling's end. Because you guys could have just, literally blundered in here without realizing what you had.
Mm,
You want?
That said, what is it
yes.
you expect of us? I mean, it's not like he was trying to, gestures to Oxy over there. It's not, it's not like he was expecting us to keep this from escalating.
Well, I know the captain and Elgas have been on edge and have been wanting to fiercely keep Round River in place. Many of our traders have already fled to a safer place. Geez, are you sure that there's some plan on the Baron's end that I'm unaware of? Oh well, as I said, I'm sure there's something nefarious. I would have found out by now. The captain is certainly wanting to somehow round the horde away. There shouldn't be anything at all. We can certainly talk to him next if you'd like. Of course, I have no need to talk to Elagos at the moment. I need to get ready for my rounds with the people. But you go on ahead and she'll scrutinize Oxus and be sure there's nothing you're not telling me. Oxus will raise his hand in a non-offensive gesture as follows out. Of course, uh, Lady Forsyth. Okay. Well, unless you have anything else for me.
Well, technically, you still didn't clarify what what you thought the duty should be, but
Oh, well, I'm afraid of someone throwing a punch personally. You and your trope have no stake in this. I'm sure that only the promise of wealth or whatever Oxus would be permitted to give has brought you here. You don't have any particular feelings on the matter.
there are people in need in some fashion, so that's what brought us. The wealth was just a benefit.
Well, in that case, since the Halfling Lord now refuses to talk to us, I would request that you talk to them to see if there's anything that they're too prideful to tell us. At which point that could give you some extra information to at least allow a dialogue between us. Simple job for you. You get your gold, and then you can leave.
Okay, so you're hoping for recon. That's fair enough. In which case, we will let you be about your duties and go find out what the other parties were expecting of us, so we have a clear picture of what we're supposed to be doing and get to it.
I take it you're wanting Oxus to lead you around?
Yep.
I'm just
He is kind of essential for making introductions and knowing the geography. I assume we don't want to be blindly kicking in doors, going, "Hey, you don't know us, but we were."
yeah, I can sit in that.
You're good. Yeah. Maybe that doesn't look like I took his last name.
I know, right? Entering the town hall, you'll see a few people here. Some are drinking, others have there's a person here that has a alchemy set up and is trying to alchemize a few things with leaves and such. There's a large map of the area in which the armored, important-looking person, and someone else is looking over a map. There's someone else who's looking over the map. While they're human, is more offering drinks to those who want. The armored human has dark red hair, a rather full dwarvish-like beard that was too tall to be a dwarf, and a expression steeled with determination and confidence. He has a small shield affixed to an arm, even now, and a longsword on his side, and under some clothing because it's not entirely presentable at the moment. You will see the hilt of a short sword along the back, or horizontal along the back. Oxius, I see that you have arrived with newcomers. Are these the people that will drive the horde away from us? Oxius will speak up. Elagos, they're here to see if there's any new lines of dialogue that can be formed here. Everyone, yourself included, has been so hot-headed. We only have little short of a week to either get the horde gone, or get everyone out of here. We need this. We Oxus, we need this land. Oxus will sigh. Of course we do. And I know we can't just resettle here. We can just leave and come back when they're gone, since they're going to destroy our holdings. Yes, Oxus, which is why, at this point, I hope them to be gone. Through some method. I'm sure someone that you found here, he gestures towards the party, can cause a bit of light to fall from the sky and make them scatter or something.
Technically.
He doesn't know what meteors are.
Must have checking my spell list.
But
Don't think that's on it.
I believe it's called Sunbeam.
I don't think black materia is on the spell list.
Well, you're talking about a ray of light that falls from the sky and hurts things.
Yeah.
And there is a spell that does that, and I think it's called Sunbeam. I know Moonbeam does it.
Which I do not have.
Because that's literally all Moonbeam is like a light comes from the sky and then you move it around like a laser pointer.
A moonbeam is a druid thing.
Oxius will go over to one of the chairs and hop up on it to be more in line of sight.
That's right. The cleric version is, I think it's like pillar of fire or something.
I think daylight.
He'll sit up on it.
Daylight doesn't do damage.
Try to be more in line of sight with his friend. Elagos, we can't just start a conflict at this point. Listen, if they go and they talk, there's no reconciliation, then you can have your grand fight, and I will be here with you to protect Round River. But until then, why don't you tell our friends the latest of what's going on, and anything else that could be helpful. I'll also take a drink from a bottle. For those that have sensitive smell, it smells like something on the level of whiskey. Very well. Friends, how skilled are you? What feats of bravery have you performed?
Tiz will reach behind his back and pull out a
Why do you have a
band-aid.
cat?
Tiz will reach behind his back, pull out a band-aid.
Is that a
Kind
pack
of fumble
cat?
with it.
Believe it
Kind
or
of
not,
fumble
that
with it and
cat is
drop
a
it on the
great
ground.
holy man. I don't claim to understand it. Your gods are weird.
I must say, meow. Translated, the word is mysterious, not weird.
Kriv is just going to look down and shake his head.
You there, Dragonborn.
It's like he gets it.
Flame strike. That's what I'm
Yes.
thinking of.
I uh, I thank you for your aid. I fear that we shall need it if things come to blows.
I'd rather they don't.
Just the same. I hope the chieftain can provide us some insight into these phoenix-bearing halflings. I just will mumble something to him. Fine. Um, Friends, clearly I am on edge with the 10,000 ponies on our doorstep.
It's just
I'd say you have legitimate reason to be on edge.
There's been some recent skirmishes with our archers as of late. Actually, I still look a little put off by this. I suspect that there might be some fracturing in the halflings ranks. Just due to that, there's been some provocative actions that have gone on. I like to remind that we do have a week roughly to leave. There should be no skirmishes, but yet there are. I never thought I'd meet a savage halfling, but apparently they exist. Given their proclivity for more aggressive natures, I'm hoping that the dragon, or perhaps one of you, if someone who's of a fighting stature, can challenge them to some sort of primitive, arcane, well, not necessarily arcane, but old rite or something that can, I don't know, vie for power or absorb them or write for the land or something.
I feel like we've done this before.
You know, I feel like this has happened before.
Good. Then if you have experience in this, I'm sure you'll be able to find some cultural thing to use against them, to make them leave.
Well, we can certainly wander over and give it a go.
Why do have this faint memory of beating someone to near death and biting them? That's just weird.
If the stereotypes are to be true, you are a dragonborn. You have lots of sharp teeth.
I don't need to bite someone to snap their neck. Spit acid.
That said, any current information you have on forces, armaments, locations make finding them a lot easier.
Oh, I know exactly where they are. I'll just towards the map. There's like circles and stuff denoting things. There's essentially like there's so many circles. There's pretty much like a line of red.
And which one would be their central encampment, their commander's encampment, whatever you want to, chieftains?
Unless they moved it, that would be here. points area of the map.
As it is 3 days away, with the Fendalin area map we have, that still work, or do we have to get a separate map from this guy for this area?
There'd be a separate map for that.
Okay. In which case, can we get a copy of that?
I'll get photographer to scribe out a copy.
Thank you very much.
Cutter will speak up. You seem keen on holding this place. I know it's a new settlement and all, but there's been some indications that you have some plan that involves going above and beyond just merely having a settlement. The Baron looked over to him. Dakota. Party. He seems mildly surprised at the question. Eldas, Aro, and Freddy, can you give me a moment? I'm sure your duties will keep. A little bit of grumbling. Now, what makes you think I have some sort of plan?
We heard about it back, from the parishioners in the church. Actually, not her.
Well, it's nothing nefarious, I assure you. Just will raise his hand up, saying, "Yeah, I've been saying that." My cousin, when he found this site, told me that it was diffuse with all manners of life-giving magic, as if the aspect of the weave of life itself had woven tightly in the valley. So, I was like, "That's terrific, cousin. Let's go. Let's start a settlement here." Which, of course, my cousin was interested in actually working to make a town, but that's his issue. So, went off here, and I built this place to work with the part of the weave that is here. I figure we can have large rotating yields of crops and be able to sell to nearby cities fresher, perhaps more long-lasting food than what could be gotten gotten otherwise. And if it's good enough, perhaps more people would come. The town would expand. Maybe, perhaps not within my lifetime, but perhaps someday become a agricultural based city that could have the most scrumptious of delights. I should say we. Yeah. Elias, can we at least get a vinery? Grapes are going to be a part of it too, of course. So I wonder what the wine would do given the properties of this. Sorry. But yes, my nefarious plan laid out. Food more than which a town of this size could only bequeath to others, being bequeathed for, well, trade and while coin might be an issue for us every now and again, empty bellies certainly won't. And with the horde here doing whatever thing they would like with this place, clearly gets in the way of that.
Uh,
I don't care what right they believe they have. There are structures here, and they will stand. He has been moving a bit as he's been talking. When you guys have seen his um, armor and arms are not for show. His title of Baron um, does in this particular case has not had along with it the idea of fat lords. This person has clearly helped to build this town, or perhaps only got the title of Baron due to spearheading the initial settlement of the area.
I'm still trying to wrap my head around how people are terrified of a whole bunch of halflings on ponies. That's just me as a player.
Kishi, from what you're
As a player, you will need to broaden your imagination.
Like, I'm just sitting here, I'm just like, how is this terrifying? It is cool. It is definitely a possible threat, but I can't see how this is terrifying yet. But as a character, Crib is still just face the hand, trying to come under, just being disappointed. He's not really showing disappointment. He's just like, people just can't get along. I go away from one war and I just run into more people wanting to kill more people. Why does this have to be a common occurrence?
Kishi, you sense from this guy that he truly believes that the Horde has something nefarious afoot. However, despite the tempering from his friend Oxius, you get you get the indication that this person will act rashly if he feels that his back is to the wall.
Okay.
In addition, there could be an issue of him pushing his ideals maybe a little too far. If he's considering why he's wanting to use the arcade nature of this place, in his need to produce more fruits and vegetables trade, he might go overboard with the farming as far as the land is concerned. That's just a hunch. That's nothing that that's not like a deep-seated plan or anything. It's just a hunch based on what you're getting from this person.
Alright, well. With your permission, then, we will take our leave, and once we have those maps, we will go about, resolving this in one form or another.
The doors will open as another person walks in.
Looks like you're popular today.
This is a woman with golden hair and a taped ponytail, and these emerald eyes that, seeing new people, has quickly and efficiently darted over to each of you. Oh, I see you have guests. She has a roll under her arm. It's a parchment roll, large parchment roll. See signs of lines and stuff on it from the parts that are bent outward. At this point, the sun is starting to peek through, dully illuminating the area in cloud cover.
Hey, Curve isn't blind anymore.
I got you hire some mercenaries. We're gonna need more than this if we're gonna drive the horde off. No, I did not hire mercenaries. I've just sent some adventurers to diplomatically deal with the situation for us.
No, at least that's the hope. I mean, we can do it the other way if we need to, but that's really not the preferred.
Yeah, that'd be very hard to excuse why I'm still not where I'm supposed to be.
I'm Brazilian captain of the guard, for what the guard is worth. Is there anything I can do to help you?
Well, any information you might have on, who and what we'd be dealing with.
From what I've been able to see, there are a number of arcane and divine casters amongst the Horde's ring, along with short sword wielding fighters. Due to the recent skirmishes that have been about, they clearly have people proficient in sneaking. I assume that comes from their apt to hunt. They're using that skill for more scouting purposes. Some of them are unerringly accurate, and from what little skirmishes we've seen, I believe some of them might be able to bolster their magic fortitude in some way. That would be more Oculus' department than my own. There appears to be some sort of internal thing going on. They bear flags occasionally that have the image of what I believe, anyway, to be a phoenix. Whether that is a house crest of some kind or personal belief, I don't know. In addition, their leader appears to be an accomplished spell sword of some kind. The Senate command, which I can presume to be a familiar relation of some kind, appears also to be some sort of caster that not of any sorceress garbs that I recognize. Not that I'm very proficient in magic, divine or otherwise. I have a passing appreciation for the likes of Eldath and Morgan, but those are personal fancies of mine. What else can I give you? Their tents are placed in a haphazard manner, save for several areas of cloth that are designed to shield from vision from this direction. They also have a unit of unusually quick archers. Apparently, for hunters, they're highly trained, which is why I'm more apt to think that they're actually some sort of roving war band of some kind. As for their routes here, I'm sure you've heard the same from the people here that you've talked to. There's some sort of right they want to do here, and don't want us here for it. I have a feeling, personally, that there's something more going on. We've noticed various motions around the command tent. Before my spyglass broke, I'm going to get it replaced. There was a pair, sometimes three, particular halflings that gathered. They seemed to be of some status, as if they were preparing for. I honestly don't know what they might be preparing for. I see the setup of many torches and what I believe are decorative things, but I'll need Oxius to confirm that they could be glyphs of some kind that I'm unfamiliar with. As I mentioned earlier, I will warn you that they are a sneaky and untrustworthy lot. I suggest you approach with caution. They largely appear to be wearing various leathers. And from what I've seen, it would not surprise me if one or two of them have poisons of some kind. So again, leads me to believe not hunters, but warband.
And he just stands there for a minute, blinking, looks at the other two, and then looks back at her. Like, I like her. She has given us way more information, than any of the rest of you since we got here.
She is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Remind me of an acquaintance of mine, Kalina.
I'm sure there's a few things I'm forgetting. It is late for me. It's the morning.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure there are, but somehow I doubt the color of their undergarments will be relevant to the situation. So I think we're covered.
Yeah.
Say that until it becomes a puzzle.
I don't think a puzzle would involve their undergarments.
Depends. If this is like a Konami Capcom puzzle, it could literally be anything.
That's a valid point. I forgot Capcom does weird things.
Now, Elegas, I do have an updated map of their various motions.
Oh, yeah, we're going to need that. No, a copy of that.
Well, I think I have a solution for you. Excuse me, Baron. Dwarf. She'll pencil down changes on Elagost's table map. Roll up the table map, put her map down, and hand you Elagost's map. Updated map, rather.
Why is she not in charge? She is more efficient than all of you.
Can she actually say this?
Yes.
Oh my god, can she? Thank you for saying it for me. I don't feel like being an asshole today.
I'm just merely serving the Baron in the town. She'll stifle a yawn. So if you'll excuse me, I'll find a good bed of hay.
Well, guys, I guess we're off. Unless you can think of something else.
We're off to see the wonderful Wizard of Phoenix.
I still have no idea what the hell we're gonna do when we get there, but
We're literally going to see a wizard of the Order of the Phoenix.
we don't know that. Could be a sorcerer.
Could be a warlock.
Okay, the Sorcerer's Stone then.
Could be somebody who's just really adept at getting high and convincing people he has magic.
Dude, the smoke is magical, man.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Like Prince and the Dragon.
Puff the magic dragon.
Could even be a boat. We don't know.
Always a boat. Okay.
Is his name
so
now
are
Cody
you guys-
McBoatface?
So with that, she leaves. And I forgot to mention the details, but of course she has armor and stuff on. So
Yeah, she was so busy mentioning all the other details. You elected to mention the details of her. Yes.
One
I can
moment,
totally
please.
believe being the thing.
And like if you guys are like, yeah, we should have talked to her first.
Like literally, she would have saved us like an hour of game time. She not only dumped everybody else's information, but she expanded upon it.
She did. Like, I want to say is like, well, like Tristan just says it perfectly.
I do want to point out, by the way, that for those familiar, judging by the accent of Common, some familiarity with the Sylvan or Elvish.
The semi-pointy ears don't say that.
She is hair.
No. So it's not sticking out of the hair like in the picture.
Actually, no, she does keep her hair kept. Yes, those would be visible. There's Elven ears. Okay. She is wearing. Oh, Kriv, roll me intelligence.
Damn it.
I might want Sarah to do that too.
And Sarah, roll me intelligence.
What is it based off of? Because I would love to make this insight.
I don't think insight necessarily applies here.
Yeah, insight wouldn't apply.
I don't care.
If you have, proficiency in any kind of leather making or hide making toolkits, that could work.
I'm a smith. I
Okay.
make
Sarah
armor.
rolled a 6 total.
Well,
Okay.
leatherworking is a separate toolkit.
Okay, Sarah, you rolled a 6. Okay, you're still.
I rolled.
You could do investigation.
I could do an investigation.
Oh, I can?
Yeah, investigation is valid here.
Okay, you guys can also roll investigation.
Then I will
I
reroll.
need to study my 5th.
This might be an intelligence-based investigation.
Okay.
Investigation's intelligence, anyways.
Well, sometimes it's not. So, like in the example, they cite wisdom. So,
Okay. So, yep. If you
Okay.
So the new rolls for that, Glenn, please.
And at 20.
Screw you.
Hey now, I did all of my rolls except for this one in roll 20.
Total of 18.
Okay, the two of you will definitely notice this. She's wearing scale mail. Specifically,
Ooh.
it's a dragon scale.
You've obviously been on your adventure or rolling in it. Looking at the armor.
Collar of scale.
Do you say
Sorry.
silver?
It's Sure, sorry, I need the wrong. Fuck. Ah. It's
You say
blue.
metallic dragon, Grim's going to start having questions. Very pointed questions.
It's a blue scale
Okay.
with bits of white.
Right, here's a little bit less.
Yeah, Grim doesn't really care about the chromatic dragons that much.
Tristan,
My
the player,
comment
cares
is-
because he knows how rare it is to find a dragon in this world, but the character was not asked to make the check.